Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the ESL Challenger Atlanta South American Close Qualifiers. Boggs and Pineapple Phillips on the microphone. Imperial, if you blinked, you missed it. They took the first map 13-1, are now onto their own map pick of Anubis. Aggression from ODDIK, though. They're not scared. They're going to play their own game, and it's going to work out quite well. Nightday leading the charge, too. Henny finally trades. Henny finds the second with the flames. Henny finds a third with the gun. And what looked so good from ODDIK, a new return to form, perhaps. They get the door shut right in their faces. It's Ponter and Woody. Last two remaining versus three. One's back. Phelps is clearing this studiously. Oh, maybe not. There's the swing. Not the shot, though. Ponter finds one and tags the second. No way taken down by Woody, leaving just Henny to clutch. A 1v2 ace clutch is required. The first round, Woody known to be an Xbox as well. Henny, can he be stolen timing on this one? He walks in. He finds the shot. Henny, with no Kevlar and utility, aces the round.
Well, Woody, the guy who has Almighty and Powerful as his name, just got blasted by Henny, who aces it out for Imperial. Henny hasn't exactly had a standout star-studded performance. He's had a couple glimmers here and there, but he's opting on CS2, and that's not exactly conducive to hyper-flashy plays anymore, but he does it with the Glock. Headshot onto the first in that 1v2. And then the final on to Woody. Great work there from good old Henny. Old guard at the BR scene. And Phelps eats a lot of damage. I think it was a scout tag and then the nade almost for the bag. But great damage done to him in the early going. But Bolts will get out of that relatively unscathed, taking down Ponter. And Matios has been spotted in towards E-Box. He will peek and he will fall to Bolts as well. He does get tagged. But 2 for the price of 0 is something that Imperial will be very happy with. Phelps from top of carpets spots Woody running by. And just Natya and Turtle, the last 2 alive. Should not be too long for this world here. Phelps runs into the worst guy possible and does surrender a Galil. But how long will Turtle live? Surely they will hunt for this gun.
Well, Nightday as well is lit and known. Henny dropped that gun you mentioned before. No way, the final nail in the coffin onto Nightday. ODDIK doing good damage. Not really doing anything in terms of actual kills, just a single solitary one. And Imperial, that carpet spot holding for the lurk has been a well-used one by them. At least in the last series. We'll have to see if that position can be exploited by ODDIK on their presses in the CT side. As we do get the rifles on deck. 4 M4s, the MP9 for Nightday. A little bit of utility. Kit present for Matios as well is important. Imperial, this is a scary force buy. An UMP, 2 MAC-10s, a Galil, and an AK.
It is a scary force buy. Do some damage. Especially to those 4 without the helmets. Slower round from Imperial. They're looking like they're trying to get ODDIK to go aggressive here. Not really peeking out too much. ODDIK's also burnt 99% of their utility. Wild spray, 1 for Turtle on a trade, but Henny doubles it up on the AK. He's having a field day with automatic weapons or semi-automatic, just not bolt action. Bolt sprays down Matios. That's one of the M4s on the ground. Nice shot from Woody. That drops the bomb. And this turns the round entirely on its head because now he's got an AK. No way in Bolts have to clutch this one up without the bomb in their possession. The bomb lurking is a problem, and that's exactly why it comes back to bite Imperial, at least right now. At least No Way and Bolts are clearing together. Bolts is having a good start to this map, but No Way we know can be very good individually. They're clear in the corner, and Bolts! You saw him, Bolts!
Went to clear it, but not really. That's an odd one to lose. One that you shouldn't lose either. It felt like there was a delayed reaction from Woody as well. No Way. 20 seconds left. He swings the first. Good shot. He knows what the second was roughly, but does he have time to get the bomb and plant? That's the question.
No,
he has to grab the bomb. He has to fight. And Ponter down below. Might hear the drop. Does Ponter actually peek, or does he? Okay, he peeks. No Way might have had just enough time to plant there. Good swing from Ponter once he was convinced the player was not looking in his direction. And 1 on the board for ODDIK, but with only 1 player surviving, their economy is going to be hamstrung. They're going to get M4s, a FAMAS for Matios, probably an MP9 for Turtle. Yep, that's the weapon. 4 players without helmets, and that means the Galil can have tremendous impact for Vinny.
Oh yeah, that was just the bonus round for Imperial. Now we're on the full buy. Now we have the AKs, the op for Henny. That Galil can do some tapping for Vinny. This is not going to be a walk in the park for ODDIK. Quite the contrary. In fact, their money is in a worse spot than it was in the last round too. But Nate pushes out through that smoke and gets that first onto Phelps from behind. Naden towards B main does a grand total of about 1 damage, which is a little negligible, all things considered. But nothing further done just yet. Peeks in, flashes out, no one dying. Nice little peek from Nate. Again, opening things up. Ponter has pushed all the way through, and Bolts gets caught. The lagging T side of Imperial is now starting to get punished by ODDIK, who are waking up on this CT side here, map number 2. Henny and Vinny. No relation, but they've been around the block for a while. Woody peeks in, dinked, but the one guy with the helmet is the one guy to run into the Galil. That's just unlucky. And Ponter will put the final nail in the coffin for Henny, who got another parting gift. Op donated over to Woody. And now Imperial are broke, so ODDIK have a chance to get their first lead of this series.
Very solid chance to get that lead. And they've already done something they couldn't do in the prior map. That's get 2 rounds in a row. Actually get 2 rounds at all. Set the barrier even lower. Seems like we do have an actual map on our hands. Up for Woody. Rifle surrounding Imperial. Do we have any good pistols? 2 P250s and a flashbang. Perhaps a quick play towards the middle or something similar. They're all grouping up on either side of the choke point. Naite is pushing up through canals, though. E-box support from Woody. This is a very unorthodox angle to play middle, and it could very well lead to him getting mowed down by the numbers. Naite, the first. Do they force the issue? No, they're not going to go down. They're going to go across instead. Naite falling back. Turtle finds one from above. They tag him. It's a chaotic round. Bolts finally finds one. They shouldn't find much else. Vinny, double dink with the Glock. Things are getting awkward. It does end in ODDIK's favor, as you mentioned. But they lost 3 players in the chaos.
Yeah, 1 to a team kill, 2 to the opposition. That is far from ideal. The CT economy is going to be heavily hampered after that. And Imperial are going to be able to get AKs up off the board. I want something faster out of Imperial here, though, Nate. I do not want to see this slow, methodical play again. It does not work. It has not been working. They need to pick up the pace here. Group up, get an opening pick, and then maybe they can work something out a little bit more orthodox. But they need to start with an opening pick and do not deny ODDIK these sort of flanks. Here comes a B main or A main push, rather. Naite and Ponter going down. Noway gets caught on his B lurk by Turtle. We're at a level 3v3, but there's been quite a bit of fighting back and forth. And now Imperial, this is probably the time where they want to pump the brakes a little bit more, slow it down, and see what they can do with this 3v3. There's a lot of space available. But at least they started it out with 2 kills and level footing.
ODDIK are showing a massive propensity to push. They love getting aggressive. This is a very different defense than what we saw in one we talked about, or in series one, excuse me. We talked about Red Canids kind of being lost in the sauce, playing very slow and respectful. That's not the case here, and ODDIK finding good success from it. Imperial, though, do take the site. Good push after a slight delay. Woody and Turtle the last 2, and with Woody lit as he is, they're probably calling it quits. Yes, they are. They save. Woody can drop a rifle, and the other 2 might be able to buy as well.
It's a good save because of the damage they've taken in the last few rounds. They don't have money left over. They have to go for the save here if they want to have a chance to buy up fully in the next round. Even then, it's still going to be a bit strained. So here we are. What are we going to do? If we're ODDIK, do we go back for the aggression? Do we try and play a little more passive with that op of Woody? What's the call here? Because Imperial are adapting a little bit more and more. We're seeing some good aim coming out from them. Good trades, especially in that A main push earlier in the round. No op for Henny again to counter that of Woody. But I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing right now for Imperial.
It's not. Maybe they find a way to posture and better punish these early pushes from ODDIK. It could very well go their way. Woody again towards E-Box. We've seen this peak before. This time he has no support though. No one pushing ahead of him. Right there. Another push in B-Man. We see noway get punished here before. He might get punished again. The jumping MP9 is so damaging, but noway gets 2. Even when taking 93 in return, that is a massive boon. Henny furthers it. Woody's down in E-Box. That's the op dropped. Moss and M4 left. One flash between them. One kid as well. This should probably be a save for ODDIK if they're allowed it. E-Box for Matios is good for 1. Again, still so much to do. This defense.
Ponter has to do a lot of that work too, given the fact that his teammate has no HP. It's a good backstab from Ponter coming up middle, peeking in through window. But Matios back on the B side proper, gets dropped by Bolts, and Phelps is still holding. Phelps knows, but he's backing away. He's going to go and try and bolster his defenses, I think. Oh, no, that's his play. Just wait it out as Ponter walks up the canal. Strike from behind, and Imperial regain their lead. ODDIK on a save now too, Nate. Pistols, the only upgrade. Vinny going for the Krieg. And Imperial back in business.
Wondering how solid ODDIK will be on their attacking side. They wanted to start CT. That was their choice, given the fact that this is Imperial's map. But normally this map is T-sided. I'm wondering, did they start on this side because it's the weaker? Or is it because they're less confident? Or is there some other underlying reason behind it?
I think it's the classic case of people liking to start on CT sides in general.
Makes sense.
There's a good start here. Bolts does go alone, though, and that will yield an AK over towards ODDIK if they want to go for it. Nade will be a little bit too late, or early, rather, and there's the AK now in the hands of the CT side. Night Day up close and personal towards E-Box with that USP. Will not be cleared by Vinny, presumably. Oh, he gets cleared by Phelps, who takes a dink in the back of the head from his own teammate. Still, B-side the target zone. Bomb making its way on through. All three, remember, including there's a ODDIK are here. And Woody does have armor behind that, but he gets spammed by Phelps, and that should signal curtains on the round here. ODDIK, not much they can do.
Now that's unfortunate. Didn't make a peep. Just sitting along the wall, spammed. That's the AK drop. And the smoke fades as Ponter picks up the rifle. That's also equally unfortunate. The last alive is Turtle, Deagle in hand, and in towards Temple. With the smoke, he'll find one. 20 play. Actually find a second as well if he plays his cards right. The flicks nearly connected. Phelps is hurt as well, but Phelps is too ready. 5-3, Imperial reestablish a lead. They keep 3 alive, which is pretty good for their economy. And they're not trifling with that op either. Henny's had a solid start on the rifle. He picked up the op, didn't have the most success immediately, so he's gone back to the AK instead, and I respect that call from the Imperial side.
I do too. I respect that call a lot. And for ODDIK, they're not afraid of using their timeouts. They're quite fond of it, as a matter of fact, and they're going back to the timeout here, something which can give them a very nice foundation onto a round, which I'm not going to say it's a must-win just yet, but it's getting pretty darn close to must-win territory for ODDIK because the scoreline can get very out of control in favor of Imperial very quickly here. No op again for Woody, which does make things a little bit more difficult with the side of ODDIK. And no kit either, Nate, and nobody has a helmet. So that is definitely one of those things where, you know, they tried, but they just couldn't afford it. They couldn't scrape together the cash.
Good ding from Matios in middle. Aggressive peek. Ponter as well towards the main of A. Forcing the issue. It's more of that characteristic ODDIK aggression we've come to know on this map thus far. Surrounded again does work. Imperial slacking a little bit, maybe just getting unlucky. 3 versus 5. Noway lurking middle rather than B now. Trying to find something. Given the timing, he very well could. Ponter is the one taking up middle now. Noway should be able to get in front of that smoke if he desires, but no. He's going to instead stick at the window. It's a nice cheeky little angle. While the other two will pressure into A.
Henny around that smoke won't run into Woody just yet, but it's getting pretty close to it. Woody's still sitting around cake. 5v3 advantage to his side. Henny and Vinny entering in the main way. No way up towards middle. Nobody holding it, so he could slip by. Ponter is the closest thing to a mid hold. And it is a passive hold from Heaven. Ponter is going to be drawn away towards site momentarily. Vinny clearing in, dropping down, but Ponter swings at the right time. Down goes Vinny. In comes No Way. Does he clear Ponter? He tries, but he fails at the task. And he does get one, but he has a massive work to do, and he will not be allowed to ace this time. Ponter, the hero up from Heaven, a guardian angel for ODDIK. And Imperial back to the drawing board here. The timeout works for ODDIK. And now they've got a Krieg in the hands of Woody too, which is a nice little boost.
What'd they change? That's my question. They felt it was just more aggression or the same, and the duels happened to work in their favor.
I feel like they played passive that round.
We had the peak in middle, and we had the early kill out A main.
True. But then they just pumped the brakes and were like, all right, we'll sit on site.
It's fair, but it still doesn't feel like it's something too consistent. Henny has brought out the op. That's his adjustment. Hold one of those angles. They love to peek. The angle he's holding this time around is towards E-box. Imperial heavy canals emphasis. One player spotting middle, and of course, who else but No Way towards B main. From Vinny towards top, E-box just slowly parsing control of B. Walk into smoke as well, but he's spamming, does not expect it, does not respect it. Nightthig gets one and falls away. Henny, though, on the op, chimes in, holding for the A main aggression. We still have about a minute left in the round. Imperial can go either direction. ODDIK are seemingly all in on this B site hold as well. 3 here. Helps E-box. A lot of angles to worry about. Molotov forces him back. Turtle's gonna fight. Turtle's gonna win it. Up from Michelle he comes, but No Way lines up 3 on the Galil. 3 kills going unanswered. That's the B site cracked open. Matios, the last alive, over towards A. Now middle. 1 versus 3. At this point, it feels like the round is done and dusted. Imperial somehow pull the round out of their hat.
No way should No Way get 3 kills in a Galil spray there.
There's no world.
Well, apparently there is, and the one we're living in is that one.
So a world where he should is what I'm saying.
Yeah, there's no world he should get that. But the one world that it does happen is the one we live in, apparently. And that is one of those things where you're just kind of got to tip your hat to your opposition. If you're ODDIK, all right, well, No Way just popped off there, and there's nothing we can do about it. So get back to the drawing board, get back in action here, get a buy up again. Ponter a little bit low on cash, might be struggling here. And Imperial, at the very least, have 6 rounds on the T half. I think they would like a little bit more on this T start, though. And as for Imperial, their CT side's not bad, Nate. 57.4% going back into CSGO. It's still strong, so ODDIK might want to get at least 5 out of this half, if not 6, to give themselves a little more foundation to work with.
They would. Pistol. Good for 1. No Way. Immediate trade to the smoke, though. And he still has the op as well. That could be a liability as they enter the A site. ODDIK have been very fast to rotate, and most of their rotations have been good. This one's no different. 3 on A, ready to rebuke. And Nate is big as well. Chunky on the No Way. Straight walk in from Matios, though. It proves foolhardy. I say that. Actually, Phelps doesn't get a team kill, so it's still even footing. 3 versus 3. The op of Henny, though. Gonna actually find an opening.
Nice Molly tossed down a smoke to cover the cross, and Henny before that blooms. Pops Woody. That's a good start to this take here in the 3v3. Still one more default around the site. That is Turtle. Knife is on the flank, but Henny is holding, and Turtle is unshelled. Night Day, the last alive, is being watched for by Bolts. He will win that fight, but takes a considerable amount of damage. Henny is holding for the A main play now. Phelps will join him just in a different angle. And Andy will be the one to put down noway there. 7-4 in the favor of Imperial. An 8-4 would be a bit of a suffocating scoreline for the T side. And for ODDIK, they do not really have the money to contend in the last round of the half. It's going to be MP9s across the board. Matios might even go for a CZ or a 5-7 just to get a little more utility up, or perhaps even a Deagle, because that's still 550 cheaper than the MP9. 5-7 utility it is. 0 defuse kits, they are going for broke. But it is a poor buy to counter Imperial with their full AKs and the op. But there's a nice aggressive play. Matios with a nade kill. Woody with the spray down. No response. Vinny and Penny are so low on health. Doesn't matter, though. It's now a 3v2 as the aggression goes a little too far. ODDIK stick their necks out far too away from home. Imperial have a man advantage here. Noway might have a lot of work to do, but Henny seems content to get these kills even despite his low HP.
He's opping, looks incredibly good. The last kill goes his way. Another suffocating half for Imperial. We'll see if they can close it in 2 after the break. Win pistol, win 4 in a row, it's over. Oh, we're back?
Oh, hello.
We're back? This is not what we expected. What? We will be going to a break. Okay. When we return.
Could walk through fire, blow up the storm and see the light, yeah. I told my friends that I could run on water, and they said nobody can. They'll see me flying through the sky, yeah. Play hide and seek behind the clouds. I show my friends that I'm not scared of dreaming, and I'll do that again, over and over again. Suddenly, the heart just
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Imperial, a solid start on their own map pick and looking to put this series to bed into Pineapple Phillips and Boggs on the mic. And Boggs, I have to highlight, at the end of that half, Henny's op is looking monstrous.
Yeah, he started off a little bit slow. I wouldn't say he started off shaky, he just started off slow throughout the day. But as time has worn on, his confidence has grown exponentially. Vinny up on Pool is going to have to go for a crazy bit of work, but Turtle and Woody actually getting the double entry here for ODDIK, making a triple as Henny goes down. Bolt's locked in towards Heaven, and now it's going to be noway in a 1v4. Noway he makes it over here in towards this round. He's done. He's just going to be maybe 1 or 2 more consolation kills. It will not be a pistol for Imperial, so the teams will split the pistols. And that, Nate, is going to make this a little more interesting.
Yes, it is. 8-5. ODDIK. Their aggression would definitely be more at home on the T side than the CT, or at least more normal or run-of-the-mill. So should be more at home on this T side. Their stats also bear out that fact. Imperial not going for the force by either, just pistols. One flash, for probably a B pop if I had to guess. Gonna stack in sight. Wait to see if a take comes through to B. If it doesn't, then they'll probably flash out of B main. There are 4 players here. It looks like B is the name of the game for ODDIK, and Imperial, if they can hit their shots, they might give ODDIK a nasty awakening here.
Unfortunate awakening, but there's Bonter 2 through the smoke looking for more. Noway will get 1 from around Obelisk, but Matios and Turtle are going to close things down. Vinny has somehow eluded them all and gone from behind for 1. No gun to be salvaged close enough. He gets a dink on the night there, but that's going to be it for the round. 2 round the lead now for Imperial. ODDIK, though, losing 2 players is not ideal, Nate.
Definitely not. Still recoverable. 3 alive is magic number I typically go for. Full rifles for Imperial. A4 for Vinny. A1S is surrounding. Or AKs and a Galil for ODDIK. The chance for Imperial to get back in the winner's column and try to put this one to bed again. This is their map pick. It's the first map. This one's more contentious, but still, it felt like Imperial had the advantages. Flash a little bit late for Vinny. Won't blind them outright. Turtle and Woody will continue forward. Night Day coming in exit side, completely blindsides Bolts. Push comes in. The second player in the middle is dispatched by Matios. Now the player Heaven is stuck with so many angles to worry about. Vinny's caught. And the aggression from ODDIK does prove to be far more influential on this T side as they take A with next to no issue.
Easy 8 take from ODDIK, and now things are looking a little bit messy for Imperial. They can save these guns if they're allowed to, but it's not going to be a very good situation for them to be in. They're now going to find themselves in a position where ODDIK are going to tie things up if they lose the next round. And then ODDIK can start to storm forward. It is the map pick of Imperial, but ODDIK did very well in their opponent's map pick in their earlier series against Bestia. Was an overtime victory. You never know. Something might happen again. Imperial did go to overtime in their second map of the series against Red Canids. And that was their map pick too. So we'll see if there's anything weird going on with Imperial here. If they can get the force buy to work out. If they even go for a force buy too, that's the other thing. They could just go for a half buy, which is a little more conservative, and keep their money up a little more. Phelps, 1,700, 1,400. And it's a half buy. It's not going to be an all-in investment from Imperial. It can still do some damage, but it's overall more of a concession.
Yes, it is. It's a half buy. Realistically, looking at a tied 8-8, but the Deagles can be very good. Or the Deagle, I should say singular. P250 and MP9 surrounding as well. There's Deagle. Bolts finds one, spams a second down a little bit. It's an okay start, all things considered. Good smoke. Matios, though. It's going to be a straight split in towards A. Nothing fancy. Player back take. Will he be cleared? Yes, but Vinny still finds one. Vinny a second, potentially? No, out of ammo. Mag's not long enough. Turtle and Woody getting aggressive holds up towards Heaven. Turtle actually watching CT spawn as well. It's a 3 versus 3. 2 of the 3 have M4s as well. It is doable. Question is, how good is this flank going to be, and how quickly can it come through?
Lack of a kit makes it more difficult too.
It feels like they're going for exits at this stage. They're trying to make it expensive, and I can respect the call. Phelps, though, probably going to be eager on getting a rifle from a player.
Phelps getting a rifle would be huge. But will he get a rifle is the better question.
Where's he going? He's back in spawn. He might find Turtle. He's going to find one of these. Oh, they're all 3 here.
They don't have to push.
They're all low. It would have been awesome for Phelps to jump down and go fight, but he doesn't force the issue. He saves the MP9 and Kevlar. Could have gone middle as well. Maybe found a gun there, but at the same time, ODDIK could have thrown one out. Op for Woody. Can't say the same for Imperial. Phelps is going to stay on the MP9 as well. Actually, there's an op for Henny. I was wrong. Op versus op. Woody and Henny. 3 M4s and an MP9 versus full AKs. Henny doesn't have the best of utility either, but again, he's going to be helpful to the squad as the op more than anything.
How has he gone all the way up? Noway is just napping. Bonter's going to follow up on the Phelps. It's a disastrous round for Imperial as they're sleeping at the wheel. Matios on the bolts, and that's GGWP. Lead for ODDIK here restored. Henny with one on the exit, but he's just going to try and fight his way out to stay alive. Imperial, this is timeout time now because that should never have happened. They were stomping on that take.
Yes, they were. No fear. No respect, I think, is the biggest thing. Talked about Imperial getting a lot of respect in their first series of the day. It feels like here on Anubis versus ODDIK, it is not nearly the same. ODDIK feeling comfortable, feeling aggressive, feeling tenacious with their peaks. It's paying off in a massive way. Again, people caught with their pants down, proverbially speaking. Vinny and Henny both going to get to save. They're very far from the rest of ODDIK. ODDIK have taken away the lead. Only 4 rounds separate them from victory on Anubis.
There's that timeout. I'm glad it came through. It needed to come through here for Imperial. If they didn't call it, I'd be a little curious to see what was going on there because Vinny's the IGL. He's an experienced player. Zach is the coach, and he is a great coach out of the BR scene. Let Zach talk. Not going to say let Zach cook, but let him talk. Let him tell you what's going on. Because they need to fix things and fix them fast. They can buy up again, which is fine. They still have that op. But geez, Nate, this CT side is looking like Swiss cheese.
Yeah, lots of holes, so many that ODDIK can choose which one to exploit. So that rifle's at least on the Imperial side. Get Henny posted up somewhere, though. He's standing in exit sign with a nade in hand. Get the op somewhere, ready to rebuke a take. You know how aggressive they are. Matios just through the smoke, drops bolts. That's a shot to the system. No way. He mollies in towards E-box. Henny activate. He's had such a solid first half. He's had a far quieter second. Need him online. He's posted it towards a very odd one-and-done spot. And in the meanwhile, Matios peeks and finds Phelps. Not sure if we heard the steps or not, but he is a menace in middle. And again, Henny's stuck on an island in a very one-and-done position. He comes in, doesn't spot him. Henny walking in, caught looking. Matios a third. Matios not quite the fourth. Vinny stems the bleeding, but at what cost? Again, 2 versus 4 at this stage. Vinny's low on HP, and Turtle is just tapped away. No way. It feels like Imperial have gone away from the wheel. They've sunk the ship at this stage. The op of Vinny offers some paltry resistance, but now it's known. The bomb's going across the map. It's going to be 10 for ODDIK. And the only question is, will Vinny be allowed to save the op? Will he be given that mercy at the least?
Yeah, that's a long time to stay alive when they're on the hunt. The bomb is the one that's soloing. Vinny gonna get run into by Ponter. And Ponter backstabbed, actually. Doesn't clear all the way into Temple. And That'll allow Vinny to at the very least get an extra kill here, but they know exactly where he is now. He might have to ace out to stay alive. Vinny. What are you gonna do, buddy? Is he gonna save? Backstab from noway. Will it come through in time? I don't think so. He's been heard, surely. Yeah, Vinny hears it. And he will survive with the op. They can buy up again, but this CT side just getting demolished on 1v1s. Great duels from Matios and noway there, and I don't know what the answer is for Imperial. The double op is definitely one of the answers to make to it. I don't know if it's going to be the right answer to the equation. I have not seen a double op setup work effectively necessarily in CS2 bar 1 round, and we saw it quite a bit in the last qualifier.
Yes, we did. Use your Molotovs early. Rebuke the aggression. Don't peek middle while staring at a smoke. Use your op set up in a position to hold an angle instead. That's my answer right now. ODDIK have been aggressive, and their shots have not missed. Through smoke, through barrier, it still strikes the head. Triple stack B. 1 exit, 1A. Kind of a standard setup for Imperial. So they're beginning to feel the heat in the kitchen.
There's a good start finally for Imperial. They get a man advantage. It's the bomb dropped as well. I'm not sure if they're aware. Turtle goes 1 for 1. The op of Henny doesn't do anything. noway gets a kill on the rifle and swaps right to the op. And he strikes onto Ponter, trying to come up through E-box. Matios out through middle. Seeing nothing. Trying to group back up with noway. noway still holding that B site down with the big green. I guess I should say the big gold, as the case may be. Has Phelps there behind him, watching his mid. Imperial, they've turned things around a little bit in this round, but they still have to close it out and keep it clean, or else they're going to be in a world of hurt.
They will. Shots finally ringing out for noway. Looking for a player, caught by the flames, caught by Matios. Vinny towards E-box as expected, but he still swings and finds the kill. He'll run forward trying to stop the plant, and he has done so successfully. noway though sticking it, and Vinny respecting the call. Phelps. The player. Oh, he crosses right behind. noway gets an opportunity. Somehow he gets a kill in that situation, but no rifle. Glock shouldn't be able to find it. Glock finds a second. Bolts trades, but how does noway find 2 out of the 3 kills in that situation?
noway should not have found 2 out of 3.
Gosh, you should not have found 1.
I can see 1 maybe just because of the smoke and the confusion there. The second, no way, no how should that have happened. Imperial limp to a round victory here. Might even be better said crawl. That was the least convincing round victory I've seen in a while. noway even threw out his rifle, trying to swap to another, and ended up on the Glock only, and still got another.
Yeah. Unreal. Op still present for Woody. Great money, I should say, for ODDIK. Despite the near complete reinvestment. Henny finally posting up in middle, but it's late. It's way too late. Players are already set up. Players are already waiting. Vinny finds one onto noway. But the op and Henny, the heavy hitter, is lost. Phelps pressuring in B, has noway to support. noway jumping up, does trade, finding the op at long last. Advantage secured for Imperial. Player Plat does not live long here. Bolt smokes. Now they know. Having the smoke does not connect. The nade, though, does. And Bolt's pressuring forward in the smoke, finds one. Ponter. Does he trade? In the smoke, he might find Vinny instead. Bomb. Fall back in. Instead of taking the dual turtle. Exit. Try instead. Finding the first, not the second. Vinny 1, Vinny 2. Good swing. As he begins to wake up. He was one of the players that was being quieter, as was Bolts. But they are both beginning to find their footing. 10-10 secured. Imperial tying things back up. Finally showing signs of life on their CT side. It's still only an even ball game.
They could use a little more from Phelps as well as we get into the nitty-gritty of this one. One round here, one round there can spiral the whole game into or out of favor. Another timeout used by ODDIK. They understand the importance of the situation. They're going to make sure they go into it with the best preparation possible. Henny's really cooled off, and considering just over 1/4 of his kills came in one round, or 1/4 of his kills came on the pistol, the opening pistol. There's still a lot of work to be done here.
That's a fair point. He did get an ace in round 1 of this map.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know how he's throwing so much utility early on to cover their bases against the presses that he can't get set up as an opper. All the angles he wants to hold that are contentious that he has to race to, they've already been surpassed or taken by ODDIK. And as you saw in that last one, he literally just walked into the crosshair of Woody. The ops effect minimized completely. Bolts now instead will go towards middle. Good early nade onto Woody. Down to 39. Bolts takes this fight. If he forces the issue, if Woody does as well, could be a big one. Imperial getting aggressive all the way down Canal. Turtle should not be long for this world in this position. Spot the barrel.
Noway spots it.
Noway does. Noway distracting as well, but Nightday in the meanwhile is the one to find the opening all the way through A. In fact, Vinny's caught. Phelps forces the issue onto Woody. There's more damage, but can't get the kill. That nade should. Woody taken down at long last, but the A site has been taken, and it will now be defended by ODDIK.
Bomb down and ticking. 1 defuse kit for the CT side. 3 grouped up towards mid. Phelps also has an op. I don't know if they're going to go for this. I don't think they are, Nate. And as time dwindles away, I think that possibility becomes less and less likely if they two go for the retake. Saving the 2 ops, not going for the retake here. Giving ODDIK a lead at 11-10. This is incredibly awkward.
I don't know why we're going to go for it. Sees so many low players, might I add, and gets none. Matios puts him in the dirt. Hunt wouldn't have been too important, I don't think. It would have actually humbled them a good bit if he found 3 there as they all lined up. Of course, none secured. 11-10. Woody again has his op. As you mentioned, a double op saved for both Henny and Vinny.
There's Henny. Needed to wake up, and he does so at a big moment. Takes down Matios very early on in the game. Vinny, the other op over on A, is going to get the entry onto Turtle, charging on through. Nice day on the pool. Will spray for 1, but Phelps is the one to alter Woody's AWP. Henny coming down, trying to do something utility, burning away, exploding around on the side proper. Another nade in from Henny. He will do more damage naturally. Total nade damage. Bolts low on help, but he's still able to take down Pontep.
They're flanking mid,
Yeah.
Woody. Op finds 1, spots a second. He goes for the crossing, though. Does not expect them all to be on this platform. The last alive is the bomb. He has made his way to B. Night day through Canal. Setting himself up for a 1v3. We saw him nearly clutch one with the Glock. This time around, he gets to reposition. One of these players is lit, and a second has the op. This is definitely doable for Night day. Especially this proactive push. Vinny, though, walking with the op scoped up and ready. Knows that Night day has to go out on an aggressive push. Finds the kill. The double op will probably be recovered. And Vinny and Henny both showing decent performances with the op for Imperial.
Even Noway, when he picked it up, did all right.
Yeah, he found the 1. Which
Yeah, he got his 1. Granted, most of their opping plays have been hold angle, click button, which is a lot more standard CS2 opping. Henny's got a little more aggressive, but
when they wide swing, it's very hard to hit a wide swing. We've seen so many free kills missed, like that shot
but
from...
you see how far they're aiming from the corner, from the wall.
They're adjusting. That's
yeah,
the
it's
most
like
important
triple
thing.
what you would do on go.
Shows they aren't slouches. We talked about it before the first series. How good is Imperial's opping going to be? Is it going to be slow and miss those shots, or is it not? And they definitely aren't. They've definitely prepared more than well enough. Woody, what in this angle? Ponter lining up nades. If Phelps pushes this to the left, he can move. No, Woody's too ready. Woody is ready. holding for exactly that play. What could have been a double entries instead, just an early death. I respect the gumption of Phelps. ODDIK are more than ready. Bolt's now going to push B main alone. There's 2 players here, both in alternating cubbies as well. Well, finds the first. The second he expects, but he can't transition quickly enough. 4 versus 3. Advantage remains with ODDIK. They're looking to steal away map point on their opponent's pick here. And he is still posted E-box as well. 50 seconds left. The bomb is outside B.
They're split at 2-2. Defense hitching over towards B primarily. Only Vinny's op on the A site. Very hard to stop a push. Just one op. No utility either for the CT side. It's going to come down to the gunfights here in round 23. Penultimate round of the second half of this map. Utility now flying into A. That should clue him in that it is going to be an A take. Woody's holding for Canals. There's actually 2 players here. Spots the elbow of Henny. Night, Henny. Vinny on the site proper gets flashed, and this is the first opportunity, and the second too. No way will save his AK. There's no way he's going to go for this, but there's money. And ODDIK are going to have map point on their opponent's pick here on Anubis. Great adjustment for them. Individuals waking up. Look how even their kills are. 16 Night Day, 15 Pontera and Woody, 14 Turtle, 13 Matios.
It's been very well spread. There's no star, and that makes a T-set very potent. No way's going to save outside B main, but these players are cautiously hunting. There's a drop on B. There's also one pressuring top. He might get caught here. He's probably going to get caught. Time is everything. This player above. That's a kill. Pontera drops him off the contact of Night Day. The op's not even needed. It's left on the ground. Map point secured for ODDIK. And a tactical timeout used by Imperial. Wise. Wonder if we should have seen one earlier.
They did call one a bit earlier, but it seems like they need to call another one. This is getting a little awkward here, Nate. Imperial faltering at the finish line. If they can claw this over to OT, maybe they can pull it back again like what we saw against Red Canids, but that time they had 4 map points and then 3 at the overtime, and they didn't fail at the second time of asking, but now it's ODDIK's turn to call attack pause. I like this as well. ODDIK's really not leaving anything up to chance. They're leaving it all on their own skill. Double MP9s for Imperial. That op on Henny needs to find something. He can't get picked off by Woody. But the rifles have woken up on the T's, and ODDIK are ready to go. I've been very impressed with how they've responded on this map.
Yeah. Playing their own game. I think is the biggest thing to me. Playing without respect. It's big from them. 11-12. Imperial on the back foot at a critical juncture. As you mentioned, the buy is less than ideal. Phelps has no utility. 2 MP9s for Bolts and Vinny. Henny has his op short, but he's slowed down substantially. Even when he gets set up like last round, he gets caught. The elbow spotted by Woody. Aggressive cross from Woody. He looks towards A main. I've seen pressure here before. I'm sure the Imperial don't pressure too far this time around.
No opening plays just yet, but a big A bunch from ODDIK ready to snowball their way in towards the site. And he has the op. He misses the shot, and Pontera will capitalize. Chunky Nate actually goes too far. Vinny's trying to slide his way out of this. Everyone's blind. Vinny is well, and Nighty with the second. This one is going to map 3 unless Bolts, Noway, and Phelps can pull off a miracle. But that doesn't look like it. Phelps stones the smoke. In goes Noway, and Matios is ready. Bolts 1v5 to keep us off of overpass. Imperial faltered on the final hurdle, and ODDIK have pulled ahead in the dying embers. One conciliatory frag for goals. And only one. Woody with the last, and ODDIK pull it off in regulation to ship us off to map number 3.
What a response. I really thought after that first half that it was curtains. 8-4 was the record at the half in favor of Imperial. And yet ODDIK come back in a big way. They win the pistol.